All right, it's just past 6 o'clock in the morning. I got up. I actually woke up around 4 or so. Slept on the cot last night because I moved. I actually was able to move all my stuff out. And it got kind of cold. That's why I woke up at 4. And actually, I didn't go to bed until 2. After 2, actually, I was still setting up the bike. I was still running wires and stuff. But more on that as we go. I'm gonna take off right now. But anyways, so my bike is packed up. As you can see, and that's all I'm carrying. And actually in the back as well. And my waterproof sack right there. My tool bags right here. Spare tire. Oops, I've got to put this on here. Oh, don't forget the GPS. I just bought that last minute. All my clothes, spare parts, toiletries, right? 2 extra tires, actually 3 extra tires. When I get to the start, I'm gonna put this front tire on and take that front tire off and put it right here and use it as a carrier. So, the tuck inside the tire, I could put stuff. I actually got a support truck, or not a support truck, but I paid for the support. So I'm leaving this with the support, and I'm leaving the 2 tires with the support. So underneath the tire here, I have my gas can. So real light, real small. And obviously the CamelBak for my water. And the CamelBak's just the bare necessity for while I'm on the road. What is in there? Water, and a few other things I can't remember. Anyways, I'll talk about that on another clip when I get to the hotel later on tonight. So today is Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock. I should be to the starting location by Friday, probably around noonish, hopefully, or afternoon. But I'm hoping to get there, noonish or so. So yeah, so off I go. Also, let's look at the miles I have right now. I have 2,100 miles. So that's where we're starting. Let me go to trip A. Let's reset that. F0. Trip B, I believe is my. I'm not sure what trip B is. Is that the chain or the oil? No, I just changed the oil. Oops, shit, dropped my GPS again, second time today, god damn it. Okay, just the corner. B, what else? I can't remember what B was. I just leave B, I won't touch it. Okay, so back to the total, or actually back to the trip A, so I can monitor my fuel mileage. Alright, so here's my second day. I'm at the hotel right now. A motel. Where we at? Motel 6. Anyway, so here's this packed up. So yesterday I rode over 400 miles. You can see 400 and over 400 miles. So let me reset that. All right, back to zero it out. See how many miles we get in today. All right, I'm here at Napa at the start of the Cannonball. This is a nice Napa. This is the nicest Napa I've ever been in. Real big, real clean, everything's organized. Nice overhang. You see this overhang is giving me a dry place to work on my bike. So right now I'm changing the oil. Rode up here, put over 900 miles on it. Riding up here. And the oil level is it was low. The oil level was like it barely touched the bottom of the dipstick. So it's a good thing that I'm changing it right now. And so this is basically, as you see right now, this is how I'm riding. So I'm not carrying anything. This year I splurged and got some got a support truck and a laundry truck. So I'm not carrying any extra stuff with me except for the gas can. I'm leaving a tire on here, maybe not, probably am. We'll see. And yeah, so basically it's all ready to go. I just, have my GPS, and it's not on me when I was at the hotel. But that's about it. And this first year, I'm also using a GPS as well. I guess I got a little bit extra cash because I just sold my car, so I splurged on the GPS. But yeah, so now I need to finish changing the oil, and I'm gonna change the tires out as well. All right, so I'm on a road trip here at Napa. I just did an oil change on the air-cooled engines. I'm using a 2050, and my dipstick, the oil level before I changed, I checked it. It was barely touching the bottom of the dipstick, and the level from the bottom to the top of the marker is only about that big. It's only about, I don't know, maybe 6 millimeters, so it's not very much. But look at what I poured out. I only poured out 550 milliliters. So this thing was definitely low on oil, but ran all right. And I had a 1040. Actually, I had a T6 Dello, I think it's called. What was it called? Now I can't remember the diesel engine oil, T6 1040. But anyway, so now I'm using actual motorcycle oil, 2050, for air-cooled engines. So this should be, it should consume less because it's thicker, and it's a motorcycle-specific oil as well. So it should be all good. Yeah. So I was really surprised at how much oil it consumed. But 900 plus miles of all day wide open throttle, full throttle all day. 2.5 days actually, 2.5 days in a row, wide open throttle. So that's what it does to it. That's why when you ride like that with these little bikes, you need to change your oil every 1,000 miles, or at least top it off. Probably best to top it off every 500 miles. Also. All right, that's it. All right, so this is the day after 2025 scooter cannonball. I'm at a Walmart right now, right behind where the auto center is right here. I'm gonna change my oil, so I got my oil in here. The oil, and I use these baking pans as an oil pan. And I'm using, this is a air-cooled engine, right? So I'm using the air-cooled 2050 air-cooled motorcycle oil. So yeah. So after this, I'm gonna ride home basically. I'm gonna change the oil, lube the chain, maybe adjust the chain. I think actually I'm gonna adjust the chain. Then ride home. So this is my ride home. This is how I've set up. So I'm down to one tire. All my stuff is in here instead of putting it on top, because when I had it on top, I had two tires. So that way it was pretty flat, but now it's not flat anymore. It's kind of hard to fit it properly. So I'm not sure if this rack, I know I shouldn't say I'm not sure. I know this rack wasn't designed to hold this much weight. So I have to be mindful of that. Let's see. Yeah, so that's my going setup right now. My tool bag right in there, and that's my rain suit. I mailed home all my winter stuff. So, because when we were up in Oregon and Idaho and stuff, it was cold the first 3 days. In the morning, oh my God, it was freezing cold. So I had my my onesie windbreaker thermals. I had the insulation for my suit, right? Because the suit comes with insulation. So I mailed that home. And I also had my heated jacket liner. So I mailed that home. And whatever extra clothes and the souvenirs, the scooter cannonball souvenirs, the booklet and stuff, I mailed all the stuff home. In the flat rate box, the largest flat rate box, it all barely just squeezed in there. It was kind of bulging. I think it was $32 or $33, including the tape to tape up the box. So oil change and chain lube and a chain adjustment, I should also say. What I should do is I should change the chain, because the chain is shot. It's already, how many miles do I have on here? I have, yes, 2 days ride so far, 7.5 miles today so far. That's from the hotel. I need to get gas as well. Let's see, just a lot of glare there. So that's my trip B. So trip B is the total miles I got on when I left home. So that includes riding from home to the start of the cannonball, riding the whole cannonball until right now. So over 6,000 miles. Then there's my odometer. 66. So when I ride home, it's gonna be another 2,000 miles, 2,000 plus miles. So it's gonna be eight something. Basically, probably gonna be 9 by the time I get home. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for now. All right. Here's my Dax. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's kind of windy right now. So I'm coming back from Cannonball. This is the return trip home, day 2. I'm all packed up. This is all my blue bag's my clothes. Yellow bag is my my laptop, my spare parts. What else is in there? My toiletries, all the hard stuff. No clothes basically. All the hard stuff. Obviously my tire, spare tank of gas. Most of my tools, I have some tools in here as well. So as you can see it. So I've been riding, I'm in Texas right now. I'm like southwest Texas, I would say. The diagonal part of Texas. I filled up. I've been riding the first half of the day. Before 1 o'clock, it was raining the whole time. Now it's after. I filled up at about 1 o'clock. I filled up. I had 145 miles and some change, 145 and some change. Then the light right there you see is blinking. It started blinking at 2. It started blinking at 2:25 and some change. So I went 80 miles from full tank to blinking. Now I literally just ran out of gas and the engine stalled at 2:37. So I was able to go 12 miles on the reserve. When it starts blinking, I was able to go 12 miles. And a full tank of gas. I'm using. Let me see. I was at 145, so now it's at 237. So basically, it's less than 100 miles. That's about right. This tank holds about 100 miles, and at this wide open throttle, I calculated. These big trucks passing by at wide open throttle, and I haven't stopped for anything. I just straight up wide open throttle. There was no city, no nothing. It was just the highway. With a little bit of wind, a little bit of a slope. I actually have a tailwind. I have a tailwind, so that's to my advantage. But at the same time, I'm actually going on a slight upward slope. So I think it kind of cancels each other out. So wide open throttle. Other times I measured it, I was getting about 80 miles a gallon. And when the first time I measured it, I got 85. Another time I measured it, I got 80. And the last time, this morning, when it was raining, I only got 75. I have no idea what I have right now because this thing is not really the most accurate. Using the gas can is not the most accurate. I'd rather be at the gas pump. But I want to show how much range the full tank had. So at wide open throttle, so the full range has less than 100 miles at wide open throttle. And again, that's about right. If you're going in the city, we're just putzing about in the city. It would be a lot more miles. You definitely get over 100 miles a gallon. But out here in the countryside, where you wide open throttle the whole entire time, you get around 80-ish miles per gallon. Anyways, I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna see how much gas I have in this can, and guesstimate approximately how much gas I have in there, and dump it in and see how much I have left. So I'm gonna do that in off camera though. All right. So this can is supposed to hold 1.25 gallons. And the 1.25 gallon is right here where it says maximum, but I'm all the way up to about right here somewhere. Usually when I fill it up this to the bottom of the neck. When I do that, it comes down to about like 1.5 gallons. So let's assume that it's 1.5 gallons. So let's fill this up. Let me do it again. Let me do it off camera. This thing is empty. It's empty as it gets. All right, I just filled up. Past that little bar you see inside the tank, and here I have I think I have approximately half a gallon left. So basically, it filled up a gallon, approximately a gallon. And Honda says this thing holds a gallon, so it's about a gallon. Again, I think I'm holding this thing as level as I can. I can see it moving, and there's a mark on the left side. I right there. You can sort of see it. It's sort of about half a gallon or so. So, anyways, filled up a gallon. Yeah. This tank, anyways. Other tanks it might be different, but this tank, a gallon, and I went. Let's see, 37, right? 37. I'm 37. I'm 45. Let's say I started at 45. So if I make it up to a 37, that would be 100. So that means minus 5, minus 8. So I actually got 92. Is that right? 92 miles out of this tank. Started at 145 and ended at 237. So that's yeah, I think that's 92. All right, 37 to 45. 37 to 45 is let's see, 3. So that's 8. So yeah, so it's 92 miles out of this full tank in here. And again, this thing holds about a gallon. You know, I don't think it's exactly a gallon, but it's somewhere give or take. But anyways, yeah. So there you go. That's, you know, again, you know, if this was at the pump, then you know for sure it'd be a lot more accurate. You know, because the pump will give you exactly how much gas you get. You know, like with this thing, I can't really calculate that. So I can't say, oh, this thing gets 92 miles a gallon on this last fill up, because I'm really not sure about that. I don't think it gets that much. I think it probably 80 something, but because I think this tank actually holds a little bit more than a gallon. It might be like 1.1 gallon or something like that. Anyways, main thing I wanted you guys to see was how much miles I was able to get from a full tank, which was 92 miles. 92 miles out of the full tank. That's not bad, and for wide open throttle, right? Wide open throttle. So there you go. You have an idea of what's what. All right. Post Scooter Cannonball 2025. This is end of day 2, I believe. I think. Yeah, end of day 2. I'm in the dumpiest motel I've ever been in my life. And I've been in a lot of dumpy motels because that's all I go for. That's all I could afford. But anyways, this room is supposed to be being remodeled. All right, so keep that in mind that it's being remodeled. You know, they're still painting here, right? Middle of the remodel. Holy shit, I don't even know where to start. The floors is shit. It's kind of dirty too. You see paint and all this other stuff all over. Here's the rinky-dink AC. See, it's all banged up and beat up. At least it works. So that's a good thing. Man, the lights, man. It's all this white fluorescent light that you know, that keeps, you know, that makes it hard to sleep, right? It used to have a working refrigerator. I haven't even tried the microwave. I have no interest. There's surprisingly a TV. Let's see. Here's the rinky-dink sink, and the guy showed me the room. He said, "Oh yeah, don't mind the leak under the faucet. So there's a leak down here somewhere." You know, they gave you a bar of soap here and a bar of soap in here, but there's no shampoo or nothing like that. At least they have toilet paper, right? Toilet paper. Look, this is the towel. Look at the foot towel. Look how dirty that is, or stained or whatever. You know, that's how it came. Hopefully the bath towel looks okay. And I used a face wash thing to wipe my helmet lens, and that seemed to be clean. So hopefully these things are freaking clean. Let's actually look at the bed. I haven't even looked at the bed to see how clean it is. There's a fucking fly in here. Die, bitch. Nope, missed it. Man, I have all my stuff out because it's freaking, everything is wet. The beginning of today, it would rain all the way until like noontime. Then the afternoon, it was dry. Then around late afternoon, it started to rain again until I got here. So everything is wet. I'm soaking wet. I shipped my winter gear home. So this last couple hours, I was starting, actually the last hour, I was actually starting to shiver because my legs were wet. My Revit suit, it started out, you know, I've been using this Revit suit for for a little while, I don't wear it very often. So it's still, when I started out this trip, the rubber suit was still pretty much new. It wasn't brand new, but it was new. After so many days in wearing it, the rubber suit now leaks. And the beginning to ride it, actually it didn't leak. It held water out, but now it does. So basically it leaks into my crotch area on my leg. How when you sit on the bike, sitting like so, right? Sitting like so, and right here in my crotch area, I can feel the water running down the side of my inside of my thigh right here. My lower legs all wet. My shoes, these are perforated leather shoes. They're not waterproof, so water will go right through them. And that's what I prefer. The reason why I prefer perforated leather shoes versus waterproof shoes like Gore-Tex, for example, is that the thing with Gore-Tex is that they, in theory, it sounds nice. You're like, oh yeah, it's waterproof. But in practice, they don't really work. Meaning, they'll keep the water out, little splashes in here. But most of the time, when you get wet, the water actually runs down your legs. It splashes up and it runs down the legs and it gets into the boots. And the Gore-Tex can't stop that, or it splashes up and it will, if you go over a puddle, it splashes up at you. The water will get in no matter what. So when you have Gore-Tex or some type of waterproof barrier, the bad thing about that is that once water gets in, it doesn't want to leave. It stays really wet and it doesn't dry out very well. Versus this, because it's perforated, even though it's soaking wet, if I ride and if it starts to dry and if it stops raining and it starts to dry and say it's a hot afternoon, these things will be just damp by the time I get to where I'm going, or maybe even dryish. But Gore-Tex, it will still be soaking wet. So that's why I use these perforated, and that's why I prefer. I'll wear Gore-Tex if it's not raining. If it's cold and not raining, I will wear Gore-Tex. But if it's raining with a lot of water, no, forget it. I would never wear Gore-Tex. Here I'm trying to dry my everything. Everything is freaking wet. My gloves are all wet. Everything's wet. Yesterday it was raining all day. As soon as I left South Padre Island, left the Walmart, it rained nonstop until about an hour before I got to my my hotel motel. Then it stopped raining, and at least the place I stayed at last night, it was actually pretty nice for the price. Really nice actually for the price. Not much more than this place. And I had, and I used the blow dryer all night long, drying all my stuff. Everything was pretty much dry, except for my insulated gloves. At the fingertips, it was slightly damp, but everything else was dry. And now everything else is wet again. Oh man, let's check the bed. I forgot getting sidetracked here. Check if this bed is clean. Better not have no fucking bed bugs. Okay, the sheet looks pretty clean. Any stains? Nope, I don't see any stains. Pillows looks okay. I don't see any stains, so that's good. No stains, that's a good thing. So I have one pair of clean clothes left. Under base layer, one pair of socks left, and this is my whatever shirt wearing around. So I asked the guy here, oh, do you guys have laundry? Not a laundry service, but a laundry machine. He's like, nope, this place is real basic. I asked for a blow dryer. Nope, they don't have a blow dryer either. So they don't have nothing. But anyways, this place is a freaking dump. But I forgot to tell you how much I paid for this place. So I found it on Google, Google Maps, right? You punch the hotel button on top, and this place showed up as I think $31, plus tax and everything, and it came out to be under $40. If you compare that, you're like, oh man, this is a dump. You compare that to say a campsite, it's about the same price. Even though this place is a dump, the dumpiest of motel hotel dumps, it still beats a campsite. Because a campsite, you're on dirt and you have to provide everything yourself. And maybe it has a shower, maybe it doesn't. If you have a private campsite, it has a shower, but a public campsite, no, forget it. And public campsites is like expensive, and actually private campsites are expensive. Private campsites are like $50. Last night hotel I stayed in, it was really nice. It was a suite, so it had a kitchen with actual stove and everything, refrigerator, full size refrigerator, a working stove, electric stove, and it was only $40 $41 plus tax and everything. It came out to be about $50. So that's that price right there is totally worth it. But that was in the middle of nowhere, so that's why it was so cheap. This place is in the middle of nowhere too, and I just found out from the guy that works here is that this is where Blue Origin has a launch site. So Jeff Bezos caused this place to basically, they priced this place out of the market because it was out of nowhere. Everything was cheap. Now everything is expensive, like Bay Area prices expensive. Milk is like $8 a gallon. $8 a gallon for milk. That's like Bay Area prices, right? Actually, no, they say half a gallon, not a gallon. Half a gallon was $8. That's crazy. They have like 500. No, excuse me. He said 900. He said Blue Origin has 900 people working, near here where the site is. But the town itself, I think the population of the town itself is only 300 and something, under 400 people. This place is, the town is a dump. Half the businesses here are just closed up. Bezos bought two of the nicer restaurants here and increased the prices from what was, I think, like $30. Now, I think the starting price for the cheapest meal was like $65, $70. But the rest of town is just, basically, Bezos kind of fucked the whole town over, causing the cost of living here to be skyrocketing. And there's no industry here, right? All the people that live here can't do anything for work, really. And Blue Origin has their own on campus, so everything's contained and no one could afford nothing. But anyways, enough of that. So anyways, this is my dump of I even bought my bike in because the hotel guy said, park your bike in front of your door because there's a lot of thieves here. So I was like, okay. Then when I heard that, I just roll my bike in. Any place where I go, if it's shady or whatever, questionable. That's why I like motels, and I like to ask for the first floor because I could roll my bike in when needed, right? Anyways, so hopefully my shit will dry out. I was thinking of using the microwave to dry out some of my stuff. That's what I did in Mexico when I went down to Mexico, to Cabo, traveling a few years ago before COVID. I would wash my base layer, socks and such in the sink. Then I would stick it in the microwave and dry it on the lowest heat setting for like 10 minutes or whatever it is. And it surprisingly works really well if you use the microwave. Make sure you keep it on the low heat setting. If you keep it on high heat setting, it will actually it will burn your clothes, especially if you have synthetics. It will actually melt it. So that's it for end of day 2. I think I have 3 more days. I don't think I can make it. Let's see, I have 1,400 miles left. All right, let me see. Actually, let me look at my GPS right here. I have how many miles until I get home? I have blah, blah.
Please drive to highlighted route.
1,400 miles. So basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days maybe. Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I should be home by Saturday. If I go crazy, I could be home by Friday, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to go more than about 400 miles. Today I actually went 460 something miles. But yesterday, because I had a late start, I only went 260 miles, 280 miles yesterday. So I probably won't get home till Saturday. Or back in town, I shouldn't say home because I'm homeless. I don't have when I get home, I don't have a place. I'm gonna be either have to crash at my folks' place or at least take a shower there, and I'm just gonna probably sleep in my car or something. Just car camp for the rest of the summer or something, or just get my bikes ready and go on some more trips. I might do that. I might just spend the rest of the summer going on road trips. Probably not on this bike, probably on one of my other bikes, better suited for a longer road trip. Anyways, what else do I have to say? I think that's about it. Okay. Thanks for watching. All right, still on day 3 of a return trip from Cannonball 2025. I stopped to fill up my gas. I'm on my last stretch until I get to the hotel tonight, or motel, I should say. And I was going through this high desert. Out here in high desert, and I'm not a big fan of the desert. But one thing that I do like is the thunderstorms that they have. You know, they're wild. You know, the wild thunderstorms. You see over there the mountains in the distance. Let's see if I could zoom in. See the mountains over there. It's all rain over there. There was lightning strikes over here in this area. And I came from actually I came from that direction on the other side of that mountain range. I wasn't sure if I was going to hit this rain right here, but it went around, so that was good. Over there you see some clearing. Over here you see rain on this side, so I'm cutting right through. Right? Cutting right through. Look at that gorgeous sight. It's gorgeous. Over here, the way that I'm heading, looks like I might be going into the storm. So I was contemplating putting on my rain suit, but I don't think I'm going to do it because it's hot. It's hot right now. Actually, the wind is it makes it feel cool, and once I get wet, it's definitely going to feel cool, maybe even cold. But when I'm out in the sun right here, it's very warm. Anyways, yeah, so earlier today, this afternoon, I stopped by Walmart. I changed my oil. A little bit premature, by a couple hundred miles, but I was there. I did it. And the reason why I actually was there to stop was that I wanted to change my chain. So now I have a new chain on here. You see the gold chain, DID. The original chain was just way worn out. It was stretching funny. That's the thing that I've always experienced with single-cylinder engines, motorcycles, is that when they start to wear and stretch, they don't wear evenly. Some sections of the chain will be more stretched out than the other, so they give this pulsing sensation. It could be that there's also a kink. There was one kink in the chain, but I think it's more than that though. They get this pulsing sensation where it's tight, it has like a surge, and also when it's loose, it's like reduces surge. It feels almost like you're hitting the rev limiter, but very similar. Not exactly the same, but very similar. Just pulsing up and down forward, and not just while you're on the throttle, on the gas, but also even when you're braking. Engine braking, you release it, you can feel it. So I couldn't take it anymore. It was getting worse and worse. I should have changed that chain like 2 or 3 days ago. I think I started feeling it like 3 days ago, but today was really bad. So anyways, I changed that. So yeah, I only have, let me see, how many more miles do I have? I have 55 more miles until I get to the motel, but if I look at my actual mileage until I get home, it's gonna be it's hard to see on here, but anyways, it'll be it's like another 1,000 miles, and once I get to the hotel and the rest of it is like another 1,000 or so miles. So I have like another 1,000 or so miles left. So basically that means 2.5 more days. So right now it's Wednesday, so I'm gonna have Thursday, Friday, and I won't be home until Saturday afternoon sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say home. I'll be back to where I store my shit, so I wash the bike and put it away, do some maintenance and put it away, and probably sell it. I'm not jiving with this bike. Kind of like the same with the Super Cab. I was excited to get it and stuff, and after riding it a lot, I didn't quite jive with it. Same with this bike, I didn't jive with it. The Monkey I jive with. The Trail, not so much either. I think the only one of the Honda Mini Motos is the Monkey that I jive with. So I think I'm gonna clean this thing up and sell it. But yeah, anyways, let's continue on. All right, so here I am at a Best Western affiliated site. What was this place called? It was called, what's my keys? My keys. Oh. This place is called, still Best Western. Can't remember what the name of this place is. But it's associated with Best Western, but it's not called Best Western. But anyways, I came in about to take a shower, turn on the lights, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what's that dog right there? Holy schmoly, it's a big ass roach. See that roach? Look at that thing, it's big as my thumb. Another night at the Roach Motel. Roach Motel. I thought I was done with the Roach Motel. Guess not. Shit. Anyways, so this is so I'm back in California now. I'm in 29 Palms. You know, just outside of Joshua Tree. And I was, you know, getting my key and leaving the lobby of the motel. I saw some bums and meth heads or whatever, so I'm like, oh, I don't like that, and I can't. And there's no parking in front of where I'm at. Let's look where I'm at right now. Oh shit! I thought that was a freaking roach. So in front of me here, there's nothing. There's no parking up here. It's just dirt. The parking is actually around the corner right here, so can't see my bike. So what I do? I roll it inside, right? Should lock the doors. Don't want no meth heads. So I parked my bike inside. You know, parked the bike inside for the second time on this trip. The first time was a couple days ago. So that's the thing that I like about the rooms. You know, floor room and a one bed room. Excuse me. Yeah, one bedroom instead of a two bed room. So you have more space. So you can roll the bike in, right? Anyways, it's 11 o'clock. I'm ready to take a shower and go to bed. So I have another 500 plus miles left before I get home. So I think I'm gonna split that into 2 days. So tomorrow I'm gonna probably get to Coalinga. And from Coalinga to home, I think that's another 200 miles. So I'm probably gonna only do like 300 miles or so tomorrow. Short day tomorrow and a short day the next day, which is fine by me. Today should have been a little shorter because today I went almost 500 miles. I went. Let's see how many miles did I go. I went. You have to add 22 miles to this because I got to reset it. So 469.9, basically 470. Plus 22 miles, 70, 80, 90, 492 miles. So I went 492 miles today. Yeah, almost 100 miles. It was a long day. I had a late start. Actually, well, normal for me. I started at just before 9 o'clock. I think like 8:50-ish when I left this morning's motel. But I took when I got into Arizona in I think Flagstaff, or somewhere in the Phoenix area, Flagstaff, I think it was. I took a break, had an ice cream, drank some juice, some water, basically drank a lot, and talked to my boss for a little bit. So that basically took like an hour break. So I could have been here about an hour earlier, I think. But anyways, yeah. So that's it for. I don't even know what day this is. I'm so tired right now. I don't know what day it is. Anyways, okay. 2 more days to go. All right. So I just got back. So this is basically how I've traveled. The blue bag is my clothes. I have 3 days worth of clothes. Yellow bag is spare parts like air filter, chain, other things like my laptop's in there, a few other knickknacks. Little black bag right here, that's my tools, enough to change the tires, do oil change, adjust the chain, not much. The front right here, that's my rain suit, right? Obviously it's my spare tire. Everything else is held by bungee cords. One of my bungees came off right here, but that's why I have 7 on that strap, so if one comes off, the rest of them are holding it. Yeah, let's see how many miles I got. Let's see, today's my shortest day ever. I only did 150. I'm not sure if you guys can even see that. It takes so much glare. 151 miles, 151. So that's what my total is. This trip. So this trip, trip B, I think I resetted it. 8,200 miles, is that right? No, it doesn't sound right. Total is 8,881 miles. So 8,881 miles. I started the trip with 2,000 miles, so that means minus 2,000 off of that. That would be 6,800 something miles. So a couple hundred miles, well, not quite, but more like 100 and something, 112 miles. Shy of 7,000 miles, so that's about my, that's about right. That's what my estimate was. It's around 7,000 miles. Yeah, it ran good. Everything's good. Those bikes is definitely a for my weight, carrying all this stuff, level ground, pretty much no wind, sea level. It's a 55 mile per hour bike. At elevation, it's about 50 miles an hour bike. It hits the rev limiter in 4th gear, top gear at 68. So yeah, you can do a long trip with this bike. Feels good, it feels roomy. That seat is not the most comfy, for sure. It does let you go, slide back and forth because it's a banana seat, but it's a little bit on the narrow side. So the edge right here, along right here, it's been cutting into my ass. And this is perforated, feels okay. It keeps it airy, but after so many days, I can feel the perforation through my pants. I can feel, I can feel that mesh pattern on my butt. Turn off the key here. Overall, it's a good bike. I don't know. I can't say anything else about it that I haven't said before. But made it home in one piece. Actually, let's look at the tires. This tire's still brand new right here. So over here, so I put this tire on in Seaside, in Oregon, at the start of the Cannonball. It's still pretty good. Here's the wear bar right there. So the center still has some life left in the center. So that's good. And obviously the side is like brand new because it's a rear tire. So yeah, city grips. I think I could have possibly maybe have put this tire on here and did the trip up to the start of Cannonball, but that's 2,000 miles, so I wasn't sure if it would last that long. But I'm not sure if it would have lasted another 2,000 miles, maybe another 1,000 miles, maybe. But it lasted 4, 5, 6. It lasted about 6,000 miles because the trip up to the start of Cannonball is about 1,000 miles. So my front tire is the Canada Kitty ones. These ones still have plenty of life left in them. I think I'm probably about half life. I think that was to be expected. I could have put this tire on here at home, and it would still have plenty of life left, I think. So yeah, so these tires stay on. I'm gonna replace this rear tire with the
with the proper size. You know, this is a slight oversize in height, not in width. Width is actually narrower. The stock width is 130/70. So this one is 120/80. So it's a little bit taller, just a little bit. Gear a little bit taller. So I'm gonna take this tire off and put a new tire back on, and call it good. Obviously, I gotta do all the maintenance. This whole trip, I didn't adjust the clutch at all. I keep on telling myself, oh, I need to adjust the clutch, I need to adjust the clutch. I should check. I shouldn't say adjust it, but I should check it. I didn't check it at all. I adjusted it before I left, and that was it. Obviously, oil change, valve check, adjustment. I'm pretty sure it needs an adjustment, not just a check. But anyways, everything's good. Yeah. So that's the Dax. It runs good, runs strong, runs smooth, shifts good, shifts smooth. And, if you shift quickly, aggressively, then it's a little clunky. But if you slow down just a little bit, be smoother with your shift. It's just really smooth. So yeah. So that's it for 2025 Cannonball road trip. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.